Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. I did a live stream this morning in which I asked for your help with a huge project. And a perk for just being there with me is that you got to choose the next Foo Fighters song analysis. All My Life and Best of You tied. So I'm going to do both. And we're going to start with the best, which may or may not be the best. We're going to find out. Let's get to it.
I've got another confession to make. I'm your fool. Everyone's got their chains to break. Holding you. Were you born to resist or be abused? Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you? Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you? Are you gone and on to some?
This intro is so delightful for a vocal nerd like me. I feel like y'all know me quite well to recommend this song. Well done. I love the way we immediately get into the meat of Dave Grohl's voice. I've been getting so into his music, his voice, just also his personality. I think he really has the entire package in a way that feels it's incredible, and it's also really unassuming. He feels so approachable and relatable. We're gonna go back to the beginning. I'm gonna talk about some of the really cool vocal things he does.
I've got another confession to make.
For example, how he starts. I'm gonna play that one more time. See if you catch what I catch.
I've got another confession to make.
So this is a music video. I'm not sure that what we're seeing is how it's actually recorded. I do see a lot of moments where the mouth is colliding with the microphone, and I don't hear those sounds. So I have my doubts. I don't think that this is probably that recording, but in the actual recording, I hear an amazing breath that immediately enters into his singing. He's doing this thing that I like to describe as catching the wave of the air. A lot of people, if they've done some vocal training, they know, oh, I need to get a really good breath before I sing. A lot of people know to do that even without vocal training. But people tend to work on that a lot in training. And that's because in order to sing, in order to phonate, in order for your vocal folds to go wacka, wacka, wacka as the air is going past, you first have to get air in. So step number one to sing is take a deep breath. Step number two is use it. So it has to then start to flow out, and you have to start the vibration of the vocal folds. A lot of people, though, they'll focus so much on that breath in that they'll do this close off before actually using the breath, and they will hold it for a moment. So they'll go, ah, and that doesn't really help the singing. It's nice that you've got a good breath, but you closed this apparatus down to hold the breath back, and that works against you. If you immediately take the breath and go, and just start singing on top of it, like it's a wave of air that just immediately needs to come out, it doesn't cause this to close off. So try it with me. Take a big breath, go, and hold it. Do you feel the closure that happens there? You can even make an exaggerated closing, which I just did, where the glottis is what that opening is called. It like clamps down and it holds the breath back. In order to sing again, you have to reopen that, and it can cause a little burst of air to go by. It can make that initial start of the phonation not as great. So it's important to think about not only what kind of breath you're getting, that you're getting a good full deep one, but that you start to ride the air, ride that wave right away. I know that's a really long explanation for only 4 seconds into the song. Let's admire it one more time.
I've got another confession to make. I'm your fool. Everyone's got their chains to break. Holding you. Were you born to resist or be abused? Is
love this camera view of his mouth. It's like, yes. Again, vocal nerd dream here. I have gone back and looked at a few things from Nirvana where Dave Grohl is singing backing vocals. His mouth is very, very closed. That is more of that grunge styling as well, and which, yeah, just tended to have a much more closed mouth, a lot more sound being directed through the nose. And it's amazing to see how much mouth movement he has compared to that. I think it's just a huge vocal shift. Look at the beautiful, beautiful mouth movements here.
Everyone's got the chains to break.
He uses a lot of teeth in his sound as well, which gives it more edge.
Were you born to resist?
And then we're gonna get into that little grit he added as well in a little while.
Someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you.
I love that cry off.
Someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you.
I have to stop it again because I think this is just such a delightful portion to hand to a person who like delights in vocal analysis. You guys knew when you suggested this that I would probably go back over this intro like 10 times, right? Okay. Just checking. I hope you expected this. If you didn't, I hope you have a drink handy. Okay. We're going to go back a little bit. Let's talk about this grit right away. Because one of the things that I like the most about Dave Grohl's voice is the way he's able to turn grit on or off. There is this horrible misconception that it baffles my mind, because I was also under this misconception for years, for like most of my life as a vocal nerd, as an opera singer. I thought that this gritty kind of sound was bad. I thought it was bad for your voice. I thought it was hurting your vocal folds, that it would somehow make it more difficult to sing a beautiful, clean note if you put this kind of grit in. This, while it's possible that it might hurt some people, this is not the case, not necessarily. We have seen that there are other structures above the true vocal folds that create these kinds of sounds. We'll call them distortion, right? It kind of sounds like a guitar distortion. So creating distortion with, I'll call them fleshy bits, anatomical structures that are above your vocal folds, fleshy bits. With these fleshy bits, if they're the right fleshy bits, not your true vocal folds, it doesn't seem to hurt them at all. We don't have a lot of research into it though, which is why that huge project I mentioned before, we are actually kickstarting vocal research into sounds like what Dave Grohl is making, this distortion, this grit. We are kickstarting a fund for vocal research so that we can specifically examine this and learn how people can do it in a safe way, really examine how people have been doing it in a really safe way for a long time, and maybe figure out how to apply that to teaching so that people can use this incredible method of human expression without fearing that they're going to just wreck their voice. It was such a horrible misconception. I want to break it. So anyhow, that's the huge project that we're working on. And what he's doing here, to me, it sounds like it might be ariepiglottic, which is one of those structures on top. Possibly has an arytenoid rattle in there, though I don't think so. It doesn't quite sound like that. But I'm still learning so much more about it because, again, we just don't have that much research on it. What I do know is that Dave Grohl is able to bring that rattly kind of sound, that grit, in and out and in and out. And it's so fabulous, I think, when he adds it as a way to bring more passion and angst to the sound. I think it's a wonderful color in the voice. And I'd love to see more people understand it and use it.
Everyone's got the chains to
Just
break.
listen to the amount he adds or takes it away. This intro is perfect for that.
Were you born to resist?
Like, turn it on right there.
Don't be abused.
Sounds a little easier on loud and high for him.
The best, the best, the best of you.
And I love the cry again. It's so great. I'll let this go now. We'll see where it goes.
the best of you. Are you going on to someone
Really interesting how they shifted the vocal production there.
I needed somewhere to hang my head without your news. You gave me something that I didn't have, but had no use. I was too weak to give in, too strong to lose. My heart is under arrest again, but I break loose. My head is giving me life or death, but I can't choose. I swear I'll never give in. I refuse. Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you? Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you? Has someone taken your faith? It's real, the pain.
So far, I'm pausing it now because I want to run back and catch so many things. I was thinking that it would get to a sort of home moment at some point, and it hasn't. We haven't really landed anywhere yet harmonically. It's just been this incredible build. After that intro, I thought, well, we'll probably get, to essentially this root. I guess the best way to put it is it's been increasing musical anticipation this whole time. It's kind of wild, actually. It's a lot of anticipation to build while also knowing that I've already gotten the hook of the song, which is the best, the best, the best, the best of you. I actually recognize that part, by the way. I think I've heard it somewhere in a mall playing before. It's very hooky. Maybe it's in a video or a film. Let me know if there are any placements of this song, especially in popular media, because I recognize just that part. I Even with that part having already been delivered, we have not gotten to a place that I would consider home zone yet. It is still building and building and building, and there's lots of different methods they're using for building that. So I'm going to go back a little bit. Again, I loved that intro. I'm going to drool over it more in my own time. That was a perfect spot. So one of the methods of building this that they've been using is the different production on the vocal. The very first vocal, I think, was just a single. It's possible that they had something layered in, but right there, it sounds like you definitely have doubled the vocal, started layering in more pieces of the band. Go back just a tiny bit so you can hear the difference between that first part and where we started doubling. Right, I think that's just the one. Boom. And of course we had the landing of the band. It hasn't resolved. Like this is totally musical blue balls right here, y'all. It is the bass is not going home, meaning like, we're not getting this solid rooted chord here. It's just it feels like it's teasing me. It's just absolutely incredible. But I think that this is very intentionally done to match the lyrics, this feeling of wanting to give the best, of always like wanting to yearn for more, but at the same time I think there's a feeling of maybe like giving a person's self away too much, and a feeling that's needed for this self-resiliency that's included. There's so much struggle that expressed just within the music that perfectly mirrors the lyrics. still building. So one of the things that's continuing to build here is before we were hanging out a little lower overall, then that pitch just started to rise, and there's this definitive feeling of something that feels like at some point it won't be able to rise anymore, and it's just going to totally explode into musical satisfaction. Can we call it musical satisfaction? Yes, we will. You hear that? Going up? Going up? Right? Ascending pitch. I love how the song feels like it just is not able to contain some sort of inner struggle anymore. Already we felt this passion in Dave Grohl's vocal technique from the very beginning. And I think that a lot of that is from that distortion that he's using, by the way. I think it is such a necessary color that people should be able to bring to vocal expression, especially in contemporary music these days. And I think that he captures us right away with the struggle that we hear in his voice and his vocal timbre. And then as we move on, it feels like the instruments needed to take that further. And we continue to hear him sing mostly one pitch. It's kind of ridiculous. This is when we talk about the range of Dave Grohl's voice here, it's like very small. Like it's like I'm singing mostly one pitch the whole time, but with so much vocal expression, so much difference in the vocal coloring, excellent enunciation, that it doesn't bother me at all. I'm not like, oh, he should be singing more pitches. He should sing higher. No, he sounds great just singing one pitch most of the time. It's amazing. And at that point, it's really the instruments that take over and say, oh, I'm going to expand into so many other pitches to increase this intensity. It's fantastic. And it still doesn't feel like there's been any resolution. It's just building and building and building. And it feels like it's almost going to fall apart when we hit just the instrumental. Let's do it again. Somehow it became even more passionate in his voice in this last part. It starts with, has someone taken your faith, I think? Has someone taken your faith? It's real, the pain you feel. Oh, I love the way that they're acknowledging that pain is real. So many people try to block it out and say, oh, this couldn't be real, this pain, this isn't me. No, I think it's important that we acknowledge our pain and learn how to work through it. The life, the love you died to heal. Oh my gosh, these words, this is beautiful. It's capturing a very intense human struggle. I think that to me, it sounds a lot about a broken heart, or maybe trying your absolute hardest only to discover that maybe you've lost yourself in the process and don't know how to actually get to where you want to go anymore because you're not with you anymore. Wow, that was awfully profound, or maybe not at all. Let's go back. I love that line in there and how it's set now. You must confess. I've got a confession to make. It's starting to piece together in my head. Oh, this is such a cool discovery. I think that at least my interpretation of this is that in order to essentially heal or become a stronger person, you have to confess. You have to admit to yourself maybe that something got the best of you and then move through that pain. Accept it. Make it part of yourself. Say, yes, that happened and it is part of my journey. It's going to be my strength now. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
I've got another confession, my friend.
Oh, that's pretty.
I'm no fool.
A lot less grit here.
I'm
He's so
getting
good with
tired
that.
of starting again
Oh.
somewhere new. Were you born to resist or be abused?
There's one little part here that I really like. I'm getting tired of starting again somewhere new. Yeah. Man, having gone through various struggles in life, including several struggles with some pretty serious depression, I know that it just became so exhausting every time I would see depression on the horizon for whatever reason. You see it and you're just like, oh man, it felt like it was so frustrating to need to struggle out of it one more time because it's such a fight. So that part really spoke to me. It's like, yeah, every time, ugh, it just is so frustrating, but it's worth it. It's always worth it.
Somewhere new.
Go back.
Starting again.
It's right there. Here?
I'm getting tired of starting again somewhere new.
Yeah, it's just so relatable. Oh.
Resist or be abused. I swear I'll never give in. I refuse.
That one.
Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you? Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you? Has someone taken your faith? It's real, the pain you feel, you trust, you must confess. Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you?
I love that part. It feels like we have renewed our struggle, but there's so much more hope in it. I think that's partly because all the way back here, we had this incredible clearing of the instruments, and it felt like we had that moment to center before one more big push. I love that. Let's listen to it again.
Is someone
Right here.
getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you?
This makes me smile.
The best, the best, the best of you. Has someone taken your faith? It's real, the pain you feel, you trust, you must confess. Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you?
So I think that what's happened that makes me smile so much in this is that Foo Fighters has captured the beauty of human struggle. This has so much weight when you consider like where Dave Grohl has been with Nirvana and how he ended up starting Foo Fighters. Right? That's a super sad story. There's so much human struggle involved there. Also, where Foo Fighters eventually goes, there is beauty in struggling. And man, it's like one of my favorite authors, Brandon Sanderson. He has this amazing series that I love. And one of the sayings in it is journey before destination. I live by this. Journey before destination. It's not as important that you get to a certain spot as it is that you take the right steps to get there. You need to take those steps, build yourself the whole time, grow into something that is worthy of that destination, because the destination I don't think is as much a thing out there as it is a state of being. It's beautiful. So state of being, meaning the human struggle, it feels so celebrated in this song.
You trust, you must confess. Is someone getting the best, the best, the best, the best of you?
Oh, that was a great galloping. I love the drums here too. Wow. Wow. Okay, I just want to listen to that one more time. That was an amazing scream there at the end. And then the way that it cascaded into the instruments was fantastic. Like, just again, it feels like it's reaching some sort of apex in the instrumental part.
The best, the best, the best, the best of you.
Wow. Wow. Okay, we're gonna stop now, but it was amazing. I'm fighting against this desire to go back and loop that song because I immediately want that vocal opening right after that ending. This is such a loopable song and it has really, really good vibes. Feels like this is the kind of song that you should listen to when you're down, when you're up, anytime. This is an anytime kind of song. I really dig this. And I love Dave Grohl's control over his vocal expression and the way he's able to communicate this message while mostly being on just one pitch. That is so awesome. By the way, if you want to support vocal research so we can understand better how to create that kind of distortion that is so moving, I will be posting links to that in the About section and in the comments as well. And I'm going to put another playlist over here as well for some more analysis of Foo Fighters. Thank you, everyone, so much for this wonderful recommendation. May you fall more in love with music every day.